Hey guys, this is Regina with Reggie's VSG Closet, and I'm back here in the closet. I don't think I've done this angle with you guys in a long time. It's been a minute, but I'm just here. We're talking weight loss this month, or weight loss surgery. I've kind of shown you my why. We've done a little shopping, so today I'm kind of just wanting to walk you through my process, if that makes sense. Hopefully this all comes together like I kind of want it to. I'm going to include some photos, maybe even a few video clips of just me and my feelings. I think I've shown you a few of those way back in the beginning, but I'm going to kind of insert a few clips here and there. So just to kind of start off again with my stats, I had VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, on October 24th, 2018. My highest weight was 310 pounds. My surgery weight was 273 pounds. And my current weight is 220 pounds. Again, just to kind of reiterate, I am working on shaving off. I'm a year and some change out, and I did have about a 10-pound gain, just from, like, I want to say from my 1 year mark up through the holidays. So that's about a 3-month time frame, 2.5-month time frame, where I kind of gained, because I kind of just let loose and just was like, whatever. But we are definitely back on track. I've shaved off, I want to say, a good 3 or 4 pounds so far, being on track for the last week or so. Probably 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? No, it's about a week and a half. So here we are, and we are working to get to that goal of, or we're back to working to get to that goal of being under 200 pounds. That is my kind of first major milestone goal. And then we'll continue down the road and see where my body takes me, or where my body allows me to go. Because you can have a goal weight set in your mind, but your body is like, nah girl, we're gonna stop right here at 170 and you're gonna be happy with it. So we will see where this body takes me, but I just kind of want to take it back. We're gonna take it all the way back. So I began my process a little bit after my 30th birthday. I really just was turning 30, and I was like talking to God. I was just sitting in my car. I want to say it was Ubering. I was doing Uber Eats at the time. And I was like, God, what can I do to kind of jumpstart my life? Like, I don't have a husband, I don't have children, and these are things that I want in life. I need something that I can do myself. And I have always been a person that was like, I will never have weight loss surgery. It is too extreme. I don't know how people do this, blah, 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 blah. But that day in that car, while I was waiting for my next Uber to pop in, something said, and I don't feel like God speaks to me. I'm telling y'all this. I'm never the person to be like, God said this, but I clearly heard a voice, and I'm not crazy. And it was just really, like, subtle. It wasn't anything drastic, but it was just like, look into weight loss surgery. And that's all it was. And I just remember clearly, like, being like, what? I don't know about that. And then I just kind of left it alone, sat with it, kept kind of thinking about it. So I did what I think most weight loss surgery patients do when they're thinking about this, is I dove into YouTube. I looked up everything weight loss surgery related. I looked up VSG. I looked up gastric bypass. I looked up the balloon. I looked up the lap band. I looked up all of this. I fell in love with certain YouTubers. I fell in love with ones that lost weight without even having surgery. Like, all of this information, it just kind of, YouTube was just my place of discovery, where I basically realized, wow, all of these people are having these surgeries, they're successful, and they're living their life free from this jail cell of their old bodies. So from there, I was like, you know what? I think I kind of want to do this. So I work for a local major hospital that I was aware that they had a very successful bariatric program. Lucky me. Not everybody is as lucky and blessed as I am in that realm. But I decided, okay, I'm going to sign up for an info session and I'm going to go. So I went to an info session. I want to say it was beginning of April, maybe end of March. This info session, when I tell you, is thorough. When you walk in the door, you sign in and they say, hop on the scale. First thing, you're like, what? Wait, what? I got to do what? Yes, you are hopping on a scale. And they are doing that full where you got to take your socks off scale. So they're giving you a full workup. And it's so wonderful to like see that piece of paper that I used to get at all of my appointments that had that initial weight. You're like, what? I used to be what? So you hop on a scale. They give you a whole packet of information. You go into this room where all of these other people that are curious and interested are sitting. It's a very conscious department, like even to where they actually had like bariatric seating. All of the seats were like extra wide or didn't have handles, just so that you didn't go into this place already overweight but not feeling like, some people are afraid to go places they don't know whether they're going to be able to fit in the seats and stuff like that. I never had that issue, but I did remember like that being something special. Like, wow, you know, they even, you know, thought about something as small as that, like a chair. But you go in here, they have this, I believe it was about 30-45 minute breakdown. They had slides. They went over all possible options. They went over everything. Like when I say left there like overwhelmed, I did leave there very overwhelmed with lots of information and lots of stuff to sort through. So I'd already gone through this whole YouTube binge, and now I've got all this like actual information from the possible place I'm gonna have surgery, and I've got to like sort all of this out. The stuff I'm hearing from YouTube and the stuff I'm actually getting from the facility. Towards the end of the info session, I believe it was the last 20 minutes, one of the two surgeons that performed surgeries for the bariatric department actually came in and spoke. From what I remember, I cannot remember if it was my actual doctor or if it was the other doctor. They're both great. I've had interactions with both of them, but y'all, like the experience like had me excited because it like was really well thought out, really well planned. So I really like stress this: when you're deciding on whether you want to have surgery or not, please do research on the bariatric department that you're going to use, just because they need to flood you with information before you decide to do this life-changing surgery. There's a lot that goes into it, and you need to know all of the bits and pieces. So after that, I scheduled, I believe at the end of that session, I think on the way out, I did schedule an initial visit with the surgeon for May. I believe that was in April, for May. I'd gone home, did a lot of digging, did a lot of like, you know, talking to God, did a lot of like soul searching, and decided, you know what? I've got a day off at the end of April. Let me call and see if they have any availability. So I ended up moving my initial surgeon visit or surgeon consult up to the end of May. Talked to him, went over everything. Anytime you step foot in that office, they weigh you. So got some more weight numbers and all of that good stuff. And then from there, kind of just like, he told me his recommendation for me, which was the gastric bypass. I had already kind of weighed both of them, and I felt more comfortable with vertical sleeve gastrectomy, VSG. Just my own personal reasons. I couldn't get over the actual rearrangement. The rearrangement, which is what bypass does, they kind of rearrange some things. I'd rather you just take a piece off, slice a little piece off, and just remove it forever and keep it moving. But at least you're not like cutting, and I'm not really good at like describing this process, but you're not physically rearranging my insides. You're just slicing off a sliver of stomach, and well, more than a sliver, 80% of it, and then you're taking it away, and that's it. So that's why I was kind of more comfortable with VSG. But I told him, you know, pretty much at the visit, if my only option was bypass, I would not be doing this. So he was like, well, it's up to you. I can only give you my recommendation. Either way, they're both going to be successful for you. So, you know, it's up to you. So, you know, right then and there, I was like, okay, if we're doing this, I'm doing VSG. And like, when do we start? Type thing. So from there, you sit with another person. She's like an office manager, guide, program specialist. She gives you basically your dates for everything for the next year out. I set a date in May for October 24th, just to give me more time to dive in, do research, figure things out, make sure I really, really, really wanted to do this to myself. You know, I really wanted to do this. So from there, I had nutrition visits. I had to have a psychiatric evaluation to even get approved to continue. So after the initial visit with the surgeon, the next visit was to visit with a therapist and get a psych eval. And that was a pretty easy process. You're just sitting there and you be honest, like, you know, I eat too much and I don't know why, and can you help me figure this out? And once we figure this out, go ahead and check me off and approve me to have this surgery so I can like be extra successful. But, you know, just, you know, so many people have questions about the therapy visit. Oh my gosh. Just sit there and be honest. Like, be honest. Like, don't be like, oh, I only eat a little bit. I don't know why I'm 100 pounds overweight. You know what you're doing, girl. You know you eating them sweets. You know you eating this. You know you eating that. You know you're not eating on a schedule. And come to find out, me personally, I did find out that I wasn't necessarily an overeater. I was never, and I'm not the type of person that like wakes up. I always describe this to people as like my 600-pound life. A lot of those people wake up like their first meal of the day is so satisfying, and that's what they're trying to get at as soon as they wake up. So what I found out during the therapy visit is that food was an afterthought to me. So when I wake up, I'm rushing to get dressed, I'm rushing to get out of the house, I'm rushing to get to work on time, all of these things, and I don't stop and be like, hey, you gotta eat breakfast. So I usually don't get to breakfast until 10, 11, and at that time I'm like, well, I don't want breakfast, I want some chips, I want that snack. So everything was like, it was mindless. Instead of being mindful eating, it was mindless eating. Especially on weekends, I'd get up, I'd do things, and most of the time I wouldn't eat until 12, 1 o'clock when it's around lunchtime, especially when I'm out shopping, because to me, shopping trumped everything. I could be like the hungriest of hungry people, and if I'm out shopping, like, it, for some reason, shopping curbs my appetite. I don't know, I love shopping more than food. So it just is what it is, and most of the time I would not eat until after I was out shopping, which could be 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'll stop at McDonald's and I'll order everything on the menu almost, because I haven't eaten all day, I'm really hungry, so let me order 2 double cheeseburgers, some fries, a drink, and all of that good stuff. And then it's, you know, that's the downward spiral that mindless eating causes for me. So from there, kind of learned how to basically set alarms, eat on a schedule, set alarms on my Fitbit, my phone, for when breakfast should be done, when I should be looking towards lunch, when I should be looking towards dinner, and all of that good stuff. So that's just kind of what I learned during the therapy visits. And I actually had 2. because I had one in the beginning to get approved to go through the process, but because I decided for an October surgery date, they wanted to see me again prior to, I believe it was in September or early October, they wanted to see me to make sure I was still with it. So I ended up having 2 psych evals. From there, again, you go through a lot of dietitian visits. They want to see you losing weight with the liver shrinking diet and all of the diets that they give you, the 1,200 calories. The same thing that Dr. Now gives all of those patients on My 600-Pound Life. Low cal, high protein, you know, the usual. So from there, time goes by, I'm losing weight, everything's great, I'm feeling wonderful, I'm working out, I'm doing this, and then boom, it's about October 20th, and I'm like, wait, I have surgery in 4 days. So there's one visit that you go to prior to surgery where they tell you about all of the soaps and things that you have to use to like clean your body and all of the things you have to do. Take the, what is it? The I forget what that stuff was called. It was so nasty. Like, I know mine was like lemon and I did not know I had to mix it with something. What's it called? So during that visit, they also tell you about the, I pulled it up on my phone because there is a wonderful app that my bariatric department offered. It was basically our handbook in like app version. So we also had to buy and drink 1 10-ounce bottle of magnesium citrate. Y'all, so nobody, I don't believe nobody told me this. Maybe they did and I just wasn't listening. You're supposed to like mix that with like water or some other sort of drink to kind of cut the taste, because you're supposed to take it like a few days. No, you're supposed to take it a few hours prior to surgery. Because I had the most wonderful, fantastic supervisor ever, was not able to get the day before surgery off. Yeah. So I had to drink it while I was at work. It's supposed to basically make you go to the bathroom, release from all ends. It was terrible. The magnesium citrate was just nasty. I think I should have, or I was supposed to mix it with water, but I didn't. It did not do anything for me though. I don't feel like it did anything at all for me, but it is what it is. I got through it. What else? You're supposed to have, let me see here. Yeah, they told us about the Hibiclens. And then basically they had this checklist, which is on here. If you guys can see, hopefully that focuses. The things you're supposed to do: 3 days, 2 days, 1 day before surgery. 2 days, you have a light breakfast. At noon, you drink the magnesium citrate. Only drink liquids that day. You're showering that first day with the Hibiclens, which is the special soap that they give you. 1 day before surgery, you drink only liquids, anything you can pour, including protein drinks. And then the day of surgery, you're not to eat or drink anything. No gum, no mints, except the 120-ounce bottle of, they specified blue Gatorade, because if you were to have any leaks or anything, that was their best way of finding out. But they did not do a leak test. That was explained to me because of the process that they use to suture you up. It's just pretty much top notch, and they've had basically, it was like 1%. It was a 1% chance of a leak. And I'm not sure how they would even know because they didn't do tests, but I trusted them. So it, you know, it is what it was. And then it was surgery day. So surgery day, I was scheduled to, of 4 people, I was, I believe, last on the docket. I was scheduled for, I believe it was 5:30 in the afternoon. So I got up, you know, did some things around the house, got my life together, went to Target. Of course, I went to Target. And I went to Target, I want to say it was around 1 o'clock. And I received a phone call. I'm glad I answered it because I don't normally answer calls from numbers I don't know. And it was the surgery department. They're like, oh, we had a cancellation and we're able to move you up. Can you come in like now? And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, okay. So I bought me some fuzzy socks from Target. I went home, I got my life together, and I hopped in the car and went to the hospital. And yeah, so you get to the hospital, you check in, you go up to the second floor, they put you in this little tiny itty bitty room. Your family's not allowed in there with you. You have to take off all of your clothes, you put on a gown. They kind of wipe you down with these Hibiclens wipes. They sticker you up with all the EKG machines and all of that stuff. They It's just a whole workup. They go over your information. They get you started with IVs. Once you're kind of settled in, then your family's allowed to come in the room and kind of hang out until they basically wheel you into surgery. So prior to going into surgery, they start you on medication. Now this, for my bariatric department, to me was like life-saving. It was the key to success for day one. Is a lot of people wake up from surgery in excruciating pain. I tell you, when I woke up from surgery, it felt like I did 10 sit-ups, which means my pain level was at 0 the entire time I was in the hospital. No narcotic drugs were administered. I went home with 0 narcotic drugs because of the pain management process that they do pre-op and post-op and during surgery. So the last thing I roughly remember is when they were wheeling me to the operating room, they gave me a syringe of some stuff, and I felt like I was floating above my bed as they were wheeling me into the operating room. And that was kind of the beginning of the pain meds. It was wild. And then I remember them having me slide over from my little bed or gurney thing over to this like cold metal hard bed type thing, and basically putting my arms out to the side. I was like really loopy. Like I could kind of see like, you know, the normal lights and things that are in operating rooms, but I was definitely like going. I do remember asking if I could see my stomach after, and one of the nurses was like, "We'll see," and that's the last thing I remember. Like I was gone. So waking up, I already knew I was going to have a rough time waking up from anesthesia because the last surgery I had, I was like 8. I had an umbilical hernia, and I had a terrible time waking up from anesthesia as a child, so I kind of figured I might. So I did. Surgery was done, I want to say around, I went in around, oh gosh, I can't remember these exact time frames, but the surgery was a little over an hour and a half, 2 hours. So when I woke up, it was later in the day. It might have been about 5 or 6. I do kind of remember a lot of family in the room. Me just having a hard time opening my eyes. Prior to being in my room, when you're in like the recovery room and they're like, Miss Brown, we need you to wait. Like I remember hearing them, but I just could not open my eyes. Like my eyes were so heavy. But you know, they, I guess, felt that I was stable enough to go into my actual room where all my family was, and everybody's calling my name, Regina, open your eyes, da 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 da. I got to a point to where I like opened my eyes, but I didn't have on any contacts because you couldn't wear contacts. And I had a family member there, and she was like, "Hey," she was standing right in front of me, and I could not see her. But I was like, "Oh, hey," I believe that's kind of, I got some glasses on, and then I like kind of perked up. But then being a little more alert, I remember like having a little puke session. It was just clear liquids. It wasn't anything crazy or scary. I do remember being worried because my niece was in the room, and I was worried about scaring her. But everybody said it was fine and she was okay. And then I believe the next day after, because I went in for surgery on a Wednesday, the next day was a Thursday. I was more up and alert and actually started doing my sipping and all of that stuff on my own, with my timer, and doing all that stuff, and felt more comfortable to be up. I changed clothes because I was not about that hospital gown life. I had my hoodie, I had some comfy pants, I had my cute little stitch slippers, which I'll kind of incorporate some of these pictures into this here. But I was comfortable. I had my little mug. I'll insert a lot here. But and docs came in, did talk to me, told me everything went perfect, it was great. The doctor even joked because he was like, it was kind of tough getting through your muscles, and I was like, oh, I got abs under here, and he was like, you might. So just it was a great experience. They did actually wanted to send me home that day, and I was like, oh wait, hold up, I'm not comfortable sipping on my own, and just being on track. So we're going to go home on Friday. And he was like, it's up to you. An extra day is not going to cost you anymore. So, you can hang out if you'd like. So I did. And I believe I went home, was it was either late Friday or Saturday morning. I want to say I can't remember. I went home the next day instead of that Thursday. And then just from there, getting home was very easy. Just kind of hanging out on the couch. Eventually kind of worked up more to going and doing little walks outside. And hey everybody, so today is, I think, day 3. I'm home. Feeling fairly okay. Just getting full off of drinking an ounce or 5 ounces every hour. But currently out walking. That's kind of what I'm focusing on because I still have a lot of gas pain. Trying to get that out. But so far so good for day 3. Hey people, so I'm out for a little bit of a walk today. Actually feeling fairly good. I think like every day that I wake up, I feel like 5-10% better. I don't know, today felt really good getting up. Today I did start with my protein shake because I did not get much of it in yesterday. I think that's the hardest part. I did switch my Glucerna over to the strawberry one because chocolate was just nasty. But but I don't know, it's a beautiful day today in Charleston. And feeling good. I might venture out, go to my happy place today and walk around Target, of course. Okay, the reverse walk. I am not facing the sun, so it's gonna be a little dark. But anyway, just feeling good. Gas pains are minimalizing. Is that the word? Minimizing? I don't know. Anyway, y'all get it. I did have a little, what I thought was an issue with my incisions, but I sent some pictures to my doc and he thought they were fine. So he'll double check them on Thursday. But all in all, the process has been fairly smooth. I thank God for that. Every day I kind of just did more and more and more until I want to say I felt more like myself about 3 weeks after the whole process. And it's just been a crazy roller coaster ride ever since then. I don't know, like maybe I'll do, it's really hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna do video. So y'all excuse the whole crazy cut here, but my camera shut off on me for some other reason. I'm not even sure. But anyway, what I was saying is if you have any questions relating to weight loss surgery, to just give me some ideas of things to talk about, since I feel like it's just been so long. I'm not even sure what to even talk about when it comes to my experience with weight loss surgery. So please comment down below, let me know. I'm open to talk about pretty much everything. Not quite everything, but everything that's appropriate. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and insert some photos and just tag some little music and make it all cute. But please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys very much, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye! Okay, this is a little different. It's OOTN. Outfit of the night. Going out with my friends. And black on black on black. With a pop of blue. Look at these shades. Shades and jacket, both from fashion to figure. Who knew? Very new to them. Just ordered. Earrings from Torrid. They are cute. Jeans, just Old Navy jeans, Torrid bodysuit, and Michael Kors belt from Ross. Torrid shoes.